Okay, so let's look at how to solve these multi-step equations. And there's also a third one on another page. So here we're going to start with the distributive property. So we're going to say 3 minus, and then negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And then negative 4, okay, so we do that. And then negative 4 times negative 1 is plus 4 equals negative 5. So using the commutative property, we can say 3 plus 4, which is 7. And then, or also combining like terms, 7 minus 4x equals negative 5. Now we want to isolate this variable, so we're going to subtract 7 on both sides. And 7 minus 7 is going to cancel out. Showing some work just on the side here, you say like this is why you should always have paper with you when you're doing something. So I'm going to change this color. So negative 5 minus 7 is the same as saying negative 5 plus negative 7, which is negative 12. So this gives us negative 4x equals negative 12, and dividing both sides by 4, we get x equals 3. If I erase this out, and then let's change back to the pen, and then putting this in, we're going to get, say, 3, and for the lack of space, I'm going to say 3, and then minus 4, and then we're just going to substitute in 3 minus 1 is 2, equals negative 5. 4 times 2 is 8. Remember, your parentheses, your order of operations. 4 minus 2 is not 3 minus 4 times 2. It's 4 minus 2. Your multiplication comes first. 4 minus 2 is 8. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. And negative 5 equals negative 5. So that checks. Over here on this side, we're going to start by multiplying both sides by 2. I'm going to put this one in purple. So we're going to put both sides by 2 here. And this is going to get rid of our fraction. And then we wind up with 3 minus 5x equals 12. And, this is going to be a fraction. So we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. And we're going to get negative 5x equals 9. And our answer here is x equals negative 9/5. Or you can write it as x equals negative 1.8. All right, checking the work. We'll put this one back in red to check. We're going to say 3 minus 5 times negative 9/8, or which is, times negative 9/5, which is 9/5, divided by 2 equals 6. And this will cancel out. So we're going to get 3 minus negative 9. I'm just going to bring this over here. So we're going to get 3 minus negative 9 over 2 equals 6. Using same change, that's going to give us 12. 12 divided by 2 does equal 6. So that checks out. In this example, we've got 4x minus 5 equals 3 minus 2 times the quantity of x plus 1. There's more room here for me to properly check the work. So this first side, we're just going to say 4x minus 5 and minus 2x. So this is using our distributive property. So negative 2 times x and negative 2 times 1. And then we're going to get 4x minus 5. Just carry this down. Nothing we can do yet. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we get 1 minus 2x. Now for this, you can choose to add 2x to both sides, subtract 4x from both sides, subtract 1 from both sides, or add 5 to both sides. I am going to I like to keep it relatively easy. I'm going to add 2x to both sides. Why? I don't like dealing with negative variables or negative variables. So this cancels out. And this gives us 6x minus 5 equals 1. So now we're back. So now we are at a two-step problem. So we're just going to add 5 to both sides. And doing so, we'll cancel this out. And we're going to get 6x equals 6. And our answer is x equals 1. When we check this, we're going to write out the equation. So we're going to say 4 where we have 1. Say 4 times 1. Minus 5 equals 3 times 1. And then change that back. Plus 1. Okay, so we're asking, does this check out? 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 minus 5. And I didn't do something right here. Okay, so this is equals 3 times 2 times 2. Okay, something was not working right in my head as I was doing this. So the negative 1 equals 3 minus 4. Is this true? Negative 1 equals negative 1. Now let's go back to one thing. Okay, this is our checking. Right here, when we had 4x minus 5, okay, we had 4x minus 5 equals 1 minus 2x. We could have chosen to subtract 4x from both sides. And when doing so, we would have gotten negative 5 equals 1 minus 6x. Then we would have added 1 to both sides for the space. I'm just going to go right here. If we would have added 1 to both sides, we would have gotten negative 6 equals negative 6x. And then dividing both sides by negative 6, we would have gotten x equals 1. So we could have done this, but just having the whole negative 2 minus 4, I just think it complicates it. If I can keep it as simple as possible by keeping my variables positive and not having to deal with as many negatives, I definitely like to go that route. But you could have done it this way too, and you would have gotten the same answer and then just checking. Right here, please be careful, as I did. I did not write this part correctly. I just wrote 3 minus. I forgot the minus 2 right here. When you're checking your work, make sure you write the problem exactly. Good luck.